Welcome back to the channel. You know we love digging into the latest market trends, and today we're taking a close look at Intel, trying to figure out if they're actually a good investment right now.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they've definitely had their share of ups and downs lately.
Right, and that's exactly what makes this so interesting.
Absolutely. Investors are definitely a little hesitant right now, trying to figure out what to make of it all.
No kidding. I mean, especially with their most recent Q3 report.
Oh, yeah, not great, right? A net loss of $16.6 billion. dollars.
Ouch. Not what you want to see.
I mean, that's got to hurt, right? And then their revenue is down over 6% compared to last year.
Definitely not painting the prettiest picture.
Right, so there are definitely a few things going on here that we need to consider.
Yeah, let's break it down, right? I think, first off, competition is seriously heating up.
Oh, yeah, big time.
Companies like AMD, NVIDIA, and Qualcomm, they're really coming for Intel, especially in areas like data centers and mobile devices.
Exactly. And the thing is, they haven't just caught up. In some cases, they're straight up beating Intel when it comes to performance and efficiency.
Yeah, like they've upped their game and Intel's got to respond.
And that, of course, puts a ton of pressure on Intel, right? Both their market share and their pricing power take a hit.
Totally. Like it's this crazy high stakes chess game where everyone's constantly trying to outmaneuver each other with the newest, coolest, fastest tech.
Right. It's an innovation race. But, Intel's not just sitting back and watching,
I
right?
mean, they can't afford to, right?
Definitely not. They're trying new things, pushing into new areas like AI, and expanding their, what do they call it, their foundry services.
Okay, break that down for us. What does foundry services even mean?
Sure. It basically means that they're making chips for other companies, not just themselves. It's like opening up a shop and saying, hey, we're good at making chips. Anyone needs some.
Smart move.
Yeah.
Spreading out their revenue streams.
Right. And, their investments in AI, super crucial. I mean, we live in a world where data is king. Got to stay relevant. You know what I mean?
So they're playing offense and defense at the same time.
Yeah, I like that. That's
Yeah.
a good way to put it.
Fighting off competition while simultaneously looking for brand new opportunities.
Exactly. But okay, so how does all this affect investors? That's what everyone wants to know.
Right. Bottom line, what's it all mean for their wallets?
Well, things get pretty interesting here because despite all these challenges, the competition, the losses, Intel's stock is actually trading lower than the industry average right now. Lower valuation.
So is it a bargain? Like, what are we talking about specifically?
Their price to earnings ratio or PE ratio. So basically how much investors are willing to pay for every dollar of profit Intel makes, it's sitting at 15.
Okay, and for context.
That's pretty low.
Yeah.
And their price to book ratio, the PB, which compares their market value to their assets, that's at 1.2.
Interesting. So that basically means,
It means that for people who believe in Intel, for the long haul, this could be a great time to buy.
a steal even.
Potentially. They're getting a piece of a giant in the tech world and at a discount. But of course, like any investment, there's always risk involved. Always.
Risk is the name of the game.
For sure. But the big question here is, can Intel actually pull it off? Can they make this turnaround strategy work? Can they regain the market share they've lost? Will those investments in AI and foundry services really pay off?
That's the million-dollar question. The crystal ball would sure come in handy right about now.
Tell me about it. But, Intel does have some things working in their favor. I mean, come on, they've got this crazy history of innovation, a huge global presence.
Right, not to mention they're still paying dividends.
Sure.
And for a certain type of investor, that's a pretty big deal.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Sweetens the deal for sure. And here's something I was thinking about. Intel's success might depend on their ability to adapt and collaborate.
Interesting. Are you saying they can't just go it alone anymore?
Well, I mean, that's always been important, but in this climate,
Yeah.
especially so. They're already partnering up with other companies, to develop new technologies, expand their reach, creating an open ecosystem.
And that's the key to the future, this kind of collaboration.
I think it could be a big factor, yeah. The tech world is just so interconnected now.
So bottom line, is Intel a buy or a bust? The age-old question.
Well, like with most things on the stock market, it depends. It depends on how much risk you're willing to take, your investment timeline.
And how much you believe in Intel, right?
Absolutely. Do you have faith that they can navigate these rough waters? That's what it comes down to. But one thing's for sure, this is a company we all need to be watching closely.
Definitely one to keep an eye on. Great insights. Thanks for breaking this down for us.
Anytime. Thanks for having me.
And to our viewers, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.